not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system.
Suck it, baby! I'm your fucking dad! I'm your father, Evan!
Nickmercs Kolchev is Twitch's everyman. He's about lifting weights, shooting heads, giving it 110 in-game, and having a good time.
If I hit this, you guys owe me the world and everything.
It takes just one click and you're transported to Michigan, Nick's hometown. To the land of the blue and gold Michigan Wolverines Nick loves so much. There you'll be exposed to that hyper-masculine attitude, that winner-take-all mentality, and that I'll hunt you down and land the kill competitive spirit type of swagger. After all, you're part of the M fam, baby. But this whole brand, those plated Spartan logos, dabs, and headshot celebrations didn't get built on Fortnite Island. Not even close. Nickmercs hails from the old school of esports, and to track his origin story, we'll have to take you all the way back to the late 2000s, where Nick first built a name for himself as a Gears of War pro.
What's going on? I'm so pumped. We got Gears of War on the main stage with the two most dominant Gears teams in Gears of War history. Infinity taking on Insanes. I couldn't ask for a better championship.
Coincidentally, the in-your-face style that Nick embodies on stream was a trademark of the old-school Gears of War scene. Gears stood out from other esports competitions at the time. Gears tournaments were more akin to a football game. These guys didn't just want to beat you, they wanted you to know how bad they beat you. In Gears of War, you took no prisoners, and Nick was no exception.
Who's taking it home?
Nick also played professional Halo while coming up in the gaming sphere much like his super streamer counterpart Ninja. And very early on in his career, he proved to be someone who was lethal with a rifle, regardless of the game. Nick has always been the aggressor in-game. He's not going to play passively and let the game come to him. He's breaking down walls and running right into the action, guns blazing across multiple FPS titles. It's this attitude that he became synonymous with. During his Halo career, he and Ninja even had a run-in while playing online game battles. They exchanged trash talk, and things got so heated that the beef transcended the online world.
I told him multiple times, like, bro, you know, you cannot talk to me like that. Like, you know, you're gonna go to the event that we're all going to in a month, and I'm telling you, you shut your fucking mouth, or that's it, you know. And he would not stop talking, man.
So we basically, long story short, we ended up having this crazy game battles like feud with them, and I'm talking so much trash to these guys. I'm saying, yo, Nick's like the worst player on the team, all this stuff, and then they start like threatening us online, like we'll beat the heck out of you, we'll beat the shit. Yeah, bro. Straight up,
Dude,
we get to the event. Nickmercs and one of his buddies, teammates, walks up to our entire squad as we're walking through the venue, and like kind of like pushes us, like, you want to go? And I'm, oh my God, no joke. And we're like, bro, like, we were just like chill. It was game battles. Like, we're like, you can't talk trash online, now back it up, baby. You can't talk trash online, now back it up.
Nick used his professional career as a jumping off point to start his streaming career in September of 2010.
First place, huh? Right. I won't get ahead of myself or nothing. I did just fucking one shot down him, but goddamn.
In his early years, Nick primarily streamed the gaming world's most popular FPS titles. He played a lot of Call of Duty, as you might expect, and even dipped into Outlast in 2014 when he started his YouTube channel. During that era, Nick was averaging around 900 concurrent viewers on Twitch, but his consistency and his big personality combined with his legacy in esports played a key role in his growth.
No. I really don't want to play this game, man.
He was living the streaming grind, seeing small bursts of improvement, performing in-game, uploading to YouTube, and trying to make it big. And then, Fortnite happened. By now, we don't need to tell you that Fortnite has revolutionized the Twitch experience. It's creative, evocative, casual, and competitive all at once. It ignites your imagination and brings the broadcasters who play it to life right in front of you. Nick joined 100 Thieves, an up-and-coming organization run by Call of Duty legend Matthew Nadeshot Haig in 2016 as a member of his content team.
It brings me great pleasure to announce that I will be inviting and welcoming Nickmercs and his entire squad to the 100 Thieves team. If you guys don't know who they are, then you will find out very, very quickly.
The signing made sense. 100 Thieves was eager to be on the cutting edge of new games, and Nick's personality-driven content blended well with their content-first approach. And in classic Nickmercs fashion, his elevation to becoming one of the biggest names in the Fortnite world came from his trademark aggression.
He's looking at.
Our street. Gage gets in and says, our record, easy. No.
Nick first made a name for himself by setting the squad's kill record with a staggering 54 total eliminations.
Got him.
Tree. Nick's going.
No, we're good. Here we go.
Box in the box. In the box right now, Gage, you see his head.
Nice.
Two. One more.
I got him.
Yeah, wait. Play safe. Just go box now.
From that moment onwards, his Twitch traffic skyrocketed. True to his competitive roots, Nick had no intention of focusing strictly on content and was able to blend his stream and competitive hunger seamlessly. Even while Fortnite's esports future was still completely unknown, Nick showed he had what it took to compete with the best during the very first iteration of Keemstar's Fortnite Friday.
He's behind the tree. It's a free kill,
Hit him
dude.
once.
Good stuff, dude.
Nick and fellow streamer Cypher dominated the event and took home the $2,500 top prize. And make no mistake about it, even though Fortnite's earliest events featured a modest prize pool, they were the best way to build your name. And Nick's thirst for blood made him a hot topic of conversation overnight.
That's it, dude. We won. I don't even want to play this out, bro.
What's up, bro? You know you're gonna play it out? You out?
I don't even want to play it out, bro. I'm about a 360.
You out, dude? What's up, PK? We fucked around and won it, huh?
Now, Fortnite has turned many streamers into overnight celebrities, but there's one very specific reason why Nickmercs may be the most unlikely of the bunch. He plays with a controller.
Anybody with a brain, man, they know that controller players, in the grand scheme of things, are at a huge disadvantage when it comes to the game of Fortnite, man. If you guys think that because of aim assist and the recent changes to the building, if anybody thinks that we're now at an advantage, I don't know. I don't understand you guys, you know?
No matter what Epic Games does to help players with controllers, there's just no way to sugarcoat it. If you've got a controller in your hands, you're at a disadvantage from the start in a competitive landscape where the mouse and keyboard reign supreme. And that's just part of what has made Nick's competitive career so captivating. He's a master with the controller. He can't build like Cloaks or Reverse 2K, and he doesn't try. He plays his game, the bloodthirsty king of Tilted Towers game.
Coming up. It like didn't hit him.
Nasty.
Nick made a name for himself in the competitive community for landing at Tilted Towers, the game's most hostile landmark, every game and playing aggressively and for kills. He may just be the most successful brute force player on the planet. And, well, it's worked out pretty well for him. Over the course of Fortnite's brief esport history, Nick has racked up almost $130,000 in prize winnings. He competed and continued to build his name throughout Epic Games' Summer Skirmish series, where he and Cypher were a force to be reckoned with.
I got him once. Down Ninja. What's up, bro?
And it was during the Skirmish series that he first crossed paths with Aiden, a high school-age controller player who played just like Nick. He dropped it tilted, and he slayed out. And the two went at it.
A bad game or two, it doesn't spell the end. Is this Nick versus Aiden? Is this Nick versus Aiden? Shot to Nickmercs, goes down. Aiden says, welcome to Tilted.
And there, oh,
Aiden let him know.
It felt like every time there was a competitive Fortnite event, Nick and Aiden were having it out in Tilted. It became one of the biggest storylines in the Fortnite world and bolstered Aiden from a small-time streamer to one of the game's biggest names.
We're doubted as console players, so to come in here and compete and play so high, it's awesome. And to meet Nick, it's awesome, man, having some good controller players in here.
And in storybook fashion, once the duo portion of the Fall Skirmish series ended, the two aggressive fraggers became one of the most feared teams in the game.
They're in a huge build battle right now. It's Morgossi and Saint versus Nickmercs and Aiden. Nick and Aiden trailing, getting some damage done. If they get these two, they're in big bonus territory. Aiden matching this. Look at what he's doing right. Absolutely stunning. He's got the high ground for the moment. The shot comes in. Are you kidding me? By Saint.
Nick fighting out.
There's the other. Nick's on his feet, folks. It's big bonus.
Through it all, the battles for Tilted.
What's up then?
The growth of the M-Fam. His entertaining duels with Tim the Tatman.
The fish is a beta fish, so I figured the best name for the fish would be Tim.
His charity project.
10 hours and $53,900, man. Incredible. I feel so great.
And his intense World Cup qualifier bids.
I'm dropping all the way down, I'm dropping all the way down.
Okay.
I gotta heal.
Nickmercs has grown into more than a fragger and an entertainer right before our eyes. He's built something new, something complete and untouchable. And in May of 2019, we saw the ugly side of that. Nickmercs announced his departure from 100 Thieves.
To wrap it up, I mean, we went out there, the plan was for me to grow, and in turn that would grow 100 Thieves, right? That was my role, and he made some promises to me as a friend, how we were gonna do it, how he was going to take care of me. It just didn't end up happening, man.
In a world where Twitch streamers can be hoisted to a level of popularity that dwarfs even esports' largest endemic organizations, big names like Nick are invaluable. But Nick didn't part ways with Nadeshot on good terms.
I don't hate the guy, I definitely don't hate him, but I don't like him. Him and I are not cool. We're never gonna be cool. I don't want nothing to do with him. I'll never do business with him. I'll never sit down at a table with him ever again.
He didn't add much detail, but claimed that there were unkept promises from Nadeshot and 100 Thieves. And true to form, the LA lifestyle was not for him. So he packed up and went back to Michigan.
One of the big things that I learned is I don't like living out here. I don't like it. People like it. It might be for them. It ain't for me. I want a porch. I want a yard. I want snow. I want it. I want fall. I want spring. I want my family.
Just a few days later, Nick announced he was joining FaZe Clan, whose relationship with superstar Fortnite player Tfue was in disarray.
Oh, way!
There's a little more of Nickmercs, a little more of that East Coast grit in FaZe Clan, an org synonymous with fragging and with their roots in FPS esports.
We ultimately decided that instead of being independent, if there was a team to play for, if there was a flag to ride, it was FaZe.
Through Gears of War, Halo, becoming a streamer, joining and leaving orgs, and building himself up as one of Fortnite's biggest personalities, there's always been something special about Nickmercs, something that makes him unlike any other streamer. Something that made you feel for him while we watched as Tilted Towers was literally blown to smithereens by a volcano.
Sealed the deal, didn't it? That last one.
Maybe more than anyone, he's a broadcaster that gives you a home. Somewhere to hang out when you get home from work, to crack a beer or chat weightlifting, to laugh or to yell. It's easy to say that you're trying to build a family within this weird internet channel you call your own, but to really do it, well, that's something special. His channel is a place where tens of thousands of people kick back with a friend every day and land at Tilted. It's hostile and loud and tough and jokes, and it's always there for you when you need it. The M Fam.